Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're going to take you for a little drive. We'd like you to come with us. We're going to go from the old town and we're going to go down into Kato, Paphos, the harbour area, promenade area, and we're going to take you on a guided route. Hopefully we'll be able to show you some points of interest on the way. But before we go, the lady in charge of the ship, the most beautiful girl in the world, Miss Archin Gracivia LeBouf.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again.
And again. Right, come on, Gracivia LeBouf, let's go. That's it. Here we go. So we are deep in the old town of Uptown Paphos, as we call it, and we're going to go left. And this is a one-way street. We have to wait here. There's some rather nice old buildings. There's a fish taverna in front of us there. We've got an architect's office just over there. And as usual, this is Uptown evening rush hour. Gracivia LeBouf, let's go. There we are. One-way street, and we're always going to go now downhill, and if you look either side, you've got some old shops, you've got some new shops, you've got some works of art on the wall, and look at that oldie world street there, and there's a nice vibe going on in there. There's some Gumbarus sitting there having a little chat, having a drink, and this is the main Uptown shopping area. Some of it is being completely battered and refurbed, and some of it is open. So there's the street there with not a lot open, and there's a clothes shop on the end. There's an art shop over there, and then as we come down here, this is the Uptown Mavris leather shop. So yes, they've got one down in the harbour area promenade, and they've got one there as well. Now that in the distance is the blue Mediterranean Sea, and coming up on our right hand side now is one of my favourite coffee shops, and that is Coffee Nero. And look at the view off its raised terrace there. That's the blue Mediterranean Sea. That's what you can see. Gracivia LeBouf?
It's beautiful area here, by the way. The breadth of it, totally new, refurbished and renovated.
So stick with us as we head down into downtown Kato, Paphos. Coming up on the right hand side is Marks and Spencer's, the food shop. We've got a clothes shop, we've got another clothes shop, we've got a closed down mother care shop, you've got a property seller, you've got a sports bar, wine bar there, and you've got Flame Flowers, which is a very good florist. You've got a lab if you want to get your blood test, that sort of thing. You've got a travel agent, you've got the Agapora Hotel, I think that's how you pronounce it. You've got a couple of boutiques, and then up to the left here, well, this was the main artery up to Kennedy Square. Have a look at it now. Not very operational, that's for sure. Hopefully get it done by the winter time, otherwise Paphos is going to be gridlock. Now we are heading down. This road is going to link us to the Paphos Mall. It's going to link us to the Paphos Mall roundabout, and then we're going to go under the Paphos Skywalk. So hopefully some of these things are making a little bit of sense to you as we go down. So we're coming from Uptown, Old Town Paphos, and we're going to go down to the New Town area. Well, it's actually older than the old town, if you understand me, but people refer to it as Newtown, Kato, Paphos, Harbour and Promenade. So if you're going up from the harbour, if that's where you're staying, it's uphill, so I suggest you start early in the morning, get a bus or get a taxi. Gracivia?
You know, the street also is very, having too many lovely shops, this street, because, you know, before, when it was mall not open, you remember before the
there's a lot of nice shops on this street.
There many shops.
There are. And there's still quite a few. You've got various car dealers. You've got Bill Coast, that's an upmarket shop. Next to it is the man's version, which is Status. You've got the Sophia Uptown Market bakery. You've got a couple of barber shop. You've got the Notius outlet. There's various shops along here. You've got a Papa Antonio bakery, you've got a beer selling place, you've got a big pharmacy, you've got a couple of electric shops, and again, as you get closer to the end of the street, we're going to come to the Alpha Maga supermarket, which is just coming up in the viewfinder now. So if you look to the left hand side, you're going to see some red and blue letters on a rather nice flat looking building. There it is, that's the Alpha Mega, and there's a good takeaway there. And then coming up very shortly is going to be the Paphos Mall. So stick with us as we proceed. She's stealing my English yet again. That girl steals my English.
Of course.
Yes, there we are. So various shops, diners, takeaways. There's a big DIY and furniture selling place there called Sun Tower. Now just behind Sun Tower, if you're wondering where the Mayfair Hotel is, that's where it is. So literally you can wiggle and waggle down a side street and you can end up at that place there, which is, well, Kings Avenue Mall. There it is. And there's the Begonia Garden Centre to the left, which means right in front of us is the Kato Paphos Mall roundabout. We're going to go straight over it, and we're going to go straight under the Paphos Skywalk. There it is. That's that steel structure. It's been made to look oldie worldy, if you understand me. Watch this Gumbaru. There we go. This is what you're going to watch in Cyprus when you're driving. People have, well, no regard for any common sense is the best way to say it. You can be in one lane on a roundabout and they'll cut straight across you, and they'll actually then try and say it was your fault. So if you're hiring a car or driving a friend's car, or you've got your own car, you should already understand all this kind of stuff. Anyway, here we go. So this here is another way to get up to the Paphos Skywalk, up there through the catacombs, and then that is the main entrance to the Skywalk just over there. So stick with us. This is now the main road that we call the Harbour Road. That's not its correct name, but most foreigners will call it the road that links the Mall or Uptown Paphos to the harbour. So stick with us. You've got various coffee shops, cafes, restaurants, and an awful lot of property sellers, because they understand that you're going to walk from the harbour area up to the Mall, so they're going to try and tempt you to buy an apartment or a villa or something. You've also got bakeries, you've also got coffee shops. So stick with us. We're in a bit of a traffic jam. This Gumbaru hasn't realised that the Gumbaru in front has come to a stop because he is indicating. Go random. LeBouf, you've got to. He's stopped. So go round. Yeah, sod him. Come on, get round. There we are. He's an idiot. He's the one that cut us up on the roundabout. And now he's suddenly understood that this van has stopped. There we go.
Suddenly understood.
Yes, there we are. Like I say, people in Cyprus, it's one of my gripes, just so you understand, they have no regard for any common sense, safety. They think of me, me, me and me. And they're only going wherever they're going to go. And I know that sounds rude, but that's the way it is. So if you're driving a car, if you've hired it or you've borrowed it, be very, very careful. You're not going to die, but you're going to have a little knock, and it's a waste of time standing the road for 2.5 hours when you have to wait for all the Gumbarus to come down and the insurance people. So stick with us. Anyway, there we are. We are very, very close to the harbour area. There's a roundabout coming up now. If we were to go left, we would go towards the Papa Antonio supermarket or the Basilica Resort, where we often go and show you the barbecue. We're going to go straight over this roundabout, and this road now links us straight to the harbour. That's Tito, Captain Tito with the electric trikes there. That's their head office, and there's some people crossing on a zebra crossing. Now we tend to stop because we're foreigners, but I can promise you, if it's a local in the car, he or she would not have stopped. More often than not, they don't even see you because they're on a mobile phone or drinking a frappe or doing something that they shouldn't do. Anyway, here we go. That is one of our favourite restaurants. I always mention it on the corner there, and that is the Harbour restaurant. It's where the harbour joins the promenade, as we say. There's one of the Braiders, and then that is the wood kiosk, which tells you now that we are about to enter the harbour area. So we're leaving the promenade and we are entering the harbour. And as you can see, it's quite busy tonight. It's quite early, but it's quite busy. There's Mr. Costa, the artist. So there you go, Mr. James. If you're wondering, that's the man that drew you and your wife a few years back, and he is still here. And there's Mr. Dire Straits. He's the man responsible for us getting copyright strikes because he's a very, very good musician indeed. There's a fisherman, and there's a man selling some sponges, and there is Mr. Yanis. There he is. Nope, he's too busy. He hasn't seen us. There we go. And then you've got Mr. Rikos and his Gumbaru, and there you've got, oh so sweet, Roxanne. There we go. And Major Tom. They're all at it tonight. Stick with us as we go around the back of the restaurants in the harbour area. So that's the Pelican, the Girolamo, and the Kings, and Stevie's, of course. Look at those golden rays, LeBouf. Absolutely beautiful. So we're just in time to catch that sun as it sets in the sky. Well, it's by pure fluke. Our timing is absolutely terrible. Silvia?
What do you mean by pure?
Well, pure fluke, pure chance we've got here just in time. There we are. Okay. She's always stealing my English, so I'll never be able to remember that word again. Park up over there, Silvia LeBouf, and stick with us as we dismount, and then we're going to go and show you a great, great view. There we go. That'll do us. Thanks very much. stick with us. Receiver booth is going to dismount and come with us as well. So the humidity is ever so slightly lower because, as you can see, my sunglasses have not misted up. So we are now going to take you out and show you the viewpoint, a bit of a traffic jam. And there's Receiver booth looking absolutely OMG tonight. Turn around the booth, let's have a look at the rear end. That's it, have a look at that. Deliciously ice cream. This tourist is trying to run this woman over, that's for sure. Stick with us as we go and have a look down to the Kato Paphos Harbour. And we're going to show you a great view. Receiver booth is having a discussion with the traffic jam. There it is. Stick with us. Right, let's get out to the sunset viewing point. Yes, Receiver booth?
Well, I understand. But she said the car here is going to be bothering. I said to her, in half a minute we're going to go. As long as she understood that I speak Greek, she thought maybe I am. Oh, okay then. This is something that I would like to say, that the people can do mistakes.
We'll just show you this now. We've parked there. Yeah, that's the road. We've parked there. That lady pulled out of that parking space and she wants us to move our car so that she could just do a complete turn when she could do a turn through there. This is what we're on about when we say that it's always your fault. So please remember, if you're driving a hire car or your car, be very careful. You need to have eyes in not just the front of your head, but the back of your head and everywhere else. Now, I know I might be scaring you. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just trying to warn you. Drive very carefully, very sensibly, and do not assume that they have seen you. Do not assume that you are in the right lane, that they are going to stay in their lane. Always assume the worst, that they're going to cut across you. If you come to a red traffic light, do not assume that the other traffic is going to stop. If you follow those rules, you will manage to keep your car out of my body shop. So to be honest, I should keep that closed and let you come to my body shop. Proceed, Yellow Booth.
And on the better note, the life is very wonderful in Cyprus. On the better note, we are feeling very happy, relaxed and amazing. I would like to tell you that whenever you come, we would like to see all of you here because we loving you to bits. And thank you very much for watching. And please come back for another of our moments.
All that's left for me to say is thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe. Please come back for a little bit more of our madness, should we say. Now, that is the rear of the Paphos Castle, and there is the blue Mediterranean Sea, and it looks absolutely beautiful. There's a little bit of chopsiness, and as we come round, you are going to see the last glows of the sun as it vanishes to Australia. And on top of that, there's your last view of watching Receiver Booth. Thanks for watching.